Welcome in to sportsbookreview.com. I'm Gary.
And I'm Chris.
And this is the Independents, not a conference, but still a preview.
That was what I say. Independent preview.
A preview of the teams that don't have a conference.
That's right.
How's that? Easy enough to do. That means, of course, Notre Dame, Army, BYU, Liberty, etc., etc. Before we dive into all of it, and we are excited about this because we get to talk about Chris's Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
That's right.
Go ahead and let you guys know. Click the link down in the description, sbrpicks.com/NCAAF. That helps us out quite a bit when you visit. And got to tell you, that bunch over there knows what they're doing. We got a fine crew at sportsbookreview.com. Again, link is in the description. And while you're down there, do us a favor. Go ahead and hit that like button. It's the little thumbs up button right there. It's fun to do that, I think. So, if you would do us that favor, this is a free show. All we ask is that you hit the like button and the subscribe button. You can subscribe to, and that way you can come back every single time we got a video. So go ahead and knock that out. If you want to jump in the comments, talk about your team, tell us what we got right, what we got wrong, dive into it, you can do that. Just comment below, or you don't like doing the YouTube thing, you can always hit us up on Twitter. I am at Gary WCE.
I'm at Chris B. Giannini.
Or for the Notre Dame fans, if you are old school and you don't like the Twitterverse, you don't like the YouTube commenting thing, you can always email us. I'm Gary at winningcureseverything.com.
I don't know why Notre Dame fans are old, but I'm Chris at winningcureseverything.com.
I think that's the running joke, isn't it? It's a bunch of blue hairs.
They're not all blue hairs.
When's the last time Notre Dame won a national championship?
When was the last time BYU or Army won national championships? Or
That's a valid point.
None of these teams they're the best team out of all the independents by miles and miles and miles.
I hope that y'all know I'm just messing with you.
He's not.
I am.
He's not.
I'm just
he really
messing
hates
with
you.
I like Notre Dame.
All the hate mail goes to him.
I do.
I do love Notre Dame.
There you go. I'll take the hate mail. Hit me up. I'd love to hear from you. Let's dive into Notre Dame.
Come on.
Let's talk about Brian Kelly's Fighting Irish. Last year, 10-2. Not bad. Went 11-2 the year before that. Made a playoff last year.
That's right.
That's what I'm talking about. Returning production is not good.
Nope.
Number 123. They are returning 53% this year. Their win total sits at 9, and the over is juiced at plus 115. So if you think they are going to win double digits again, you are going to be rewarded handsomely for that.
Okay.
Rewarded handsomely. FPI has got them going 8-4. SP Plus has got them going 7-5.
Okay.
When I saw this 9, I thought that cannot be correct.
No, that's right. I think that's right.
I cannot be. That can't be right. I don't see it. I don't see what's going on here. Nearly everybody that Notre Dame plays returns their quarterback and a ton of production, and Notre Dame does not. They bring in quarterback Jack Cohn, Wisconsin transfer. They lost 4 all-ACC offensive linemen this year. That is tough sledding. The defense loses quite a bit as well, along with their defensive coordinator, Clark Lee. They do bring in Cincinnati defensive coordinator, Marcus Freeman. That is certainly a good thing in their direction. The schedule is filthy. Listen to this 5-game romp here. Against Wisconsin in Soldier Field, then Cincinnati at home, at Virginia Tech. They've got a bye. Then they got USC, and then they play North Carolina. That does not include a game at Stanford late, a game at Virginia. They've got at Florida State to start with, and Toledo, the team that's got the number 1 most returning production in the country, in their first 2 games. Oh, and then there's also Purdue, which we've seen what they can do. David Bell, wide receiver, all that. Jeff Brom is always good for something crazy. This is tough, man. Like, I trust Brian Kelly. I'm going to go under the 9, though, this year. I think this is the down year, and then they're back to normal next year.
Okay. So, the schedule's hard.
Always is.
Every year it's hard.
Yeah.
They lost a lot of offensive linemen. Okay. They have become the new Wisconsin, where if you don't know who to take in the draft, just take the next best offensive lineman available from Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And they'll probably be the best offensive lineman on your team.
Yeah. Now they did bring I didn't write the kid's name down. Kane.
Yep.
Maddox, Kane Matthews from Marshall. The best offensive lineman from Marshall.
They're just gonna that line does not scare me at all. Losing 4 of them, it's worrisome. They're not gonna go from the best offensive line in football to the, terrible.
No,
But
no, of course not.
they're going to fall. They're not falling that far. I trust this offense. I trust Brian Kelly. I think he knows what he's doing. They're not Alabama. They're not Clemson. They're not Ohio State. They are that next tier, though.
Yeah.
They 100% are. They don't rebuild. They reload. And they just continue. They have a ceiling. I don't think they're winning national champions. But that's not the earmark here.
Yeah. You're going over?
I do want to go over. And here's the reason why. I think they can get to 9. I do think they can get to 9. That has them winning none of the coin flip games because I don't think any of the teams they play are significantly better than them. So, yes, Virginia Tech brings back their quarterback and a lot more guys. Virginia Tech has also been really erratic and really bad at a lot of spots. I love Justin Fuente. You know that. I wanted him to be amazing and bring them back to glory. He has not been. Give me Brian Kelly over my boy Fuente all day.
Yeah.
All day. These are coin flip games. North Carolina, you tell me, has a chance to beat Clemson this year. You think they're that good. I don't know that I believe that yet. I don't know that I'm just chalking up this W when they go into South Bend.
Agreed.
And so this is where I just need them to win 1 or 2 of these coin flip games.
And you got your 10 and 10?
And you got your 10.
Okay.
Because I do think they're definitively better than a lot of these other teams.
I can understand that. I can understand it. I think that this is the down year. You think that they just roll right along.
I think they're going to continue to roll. Now, I mean, there's a big difference between going 10-2 and 11-0, which is what they were last year.
Yeah.
Before they play Clemson in the championship game.
This is true. No conference for them this year, though. And, boy, that schedule is
a lot harder.
That is something fierce.
Yep. Leaving the ACC actually hurts them.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Moving on, let's move to the Army Black Knights. Jeff Monken, another one of them guys.
Yeah, he really has been the model of consistency.
Oh, yes.
At the military academy. I'm kind of surprised he's still there.
9-3 last year. Now, obviously, the schedule a little more simple last year. They played several FCS teams and whatnot. They were 5-8 in 2018. That was 2019. Excuse me. That was the down year.
Yep.
Returning production for them doesn't matter. They are dead set right in the middle, number 65. Their win total is at 8, plus 110 for the over, minus 140 for the under. So Vegas and the sports books expect them to go 7 more than they go 9, and I could see that. I could totally see that. Projected records: SP Plus has got them 7-5, FPI has got them 6-6, and yet the win total sits at 8. I look at this schedule. And I see some teams here that can be explosive, that can put up points on this defense. 2020 was supposed to be Army's young season, and the schedule, being what it was, enabled them to go 9-3.
That's right.
The defense has kind of surged under Nate Woody, their new defense coordinator. They returned 13 players that played 150-plus snaps. That is pretty good.
It's a lot.
Offense was 96th in SP Plus last year as far as efficiency goes. Should get better with a little more experience, but it's a tough road schedule, man. This is, at Georgia State, at Ball State, at Wisconsin, at Liberty. I mean, that's 4 right there that I think that they're going to lose. Then you've also got Western Kentucky, Miami of Ohio, Wake Forest. There's and the Navy at the end.
And then, I was about to say, and then you've got the Navy Air Force games.
I love when Army is really good.
I do too.
But I think it is more likely that they win 7 games as opposed to 8 or 9 this year.
I'm with you.
I'm going under.
If it was 7 and not 7.5, you could convince me to go over.
Yeah.
Because do I think they could win one of these coin flip games? I mean, the triple option gives people fits. They're able to go in and beat teams that sometimes, you shouldn't beat them.
Yeah.
And I really want to go over. 8's tough.
8 is tough. You're doing under?
No, I'm going to go over.
You're going to go over.
I think they'll upset a couple of these teams. Like I think of Miami, Ohio's better than them.
You talked yourself off the ledge.
Yeah.
Right here, live in the middle of the show. I love it.
No,
I love it. Okay, I can get down with this.
I think they get back to beating Navy.
I'm still sticking to under 8 though, because I think the ceiling is 8 wins, and I think it's much more likely that they lose an extra win as opposed to winning one of those other ones. So, but you never know. I could be
You're
crazy.
right. I do think the Sealand's 8 wins. I do think the Sealand's 8 wins, but I don't want to go under. I think the number's 8.
All right, so you going?
No, I'm staying with pick. Let's move on. Damn.
All right.
I don't like the number is what I want. I want the number to change. I don't think the number's right. The problem is I think the number's exactly right.
Okay. Let's talk about the BYU Cougars and Kalani Sitake. Now, last year, you want to talk about a schedule breaking the right way? Oh boy. Everything was perfect last year. You got your quarterback back. You got a bunch of dudes back.
God, they beat the hell out of teams.
Everybody. Almost everybody, right? Coastal and UTSA. That was it. That's the only two that were close.
Hell out of teams. Early on, they look like the best team in the country. Like, people were comparing them to Alabama.
And now, here's the thing. They were a P5 team that had to play an independent schedule last year.
That's right.
They did not get to play a single P5 team all season.
No P5 team would jump out of conference and play them.
So they went 11-1 last year. They went 7-6 the year before that. So, of course, everybody was super excited. Oh, this is great. Here's the downside of that.
Okay.
Number 127 in returning production.
Yeah.
Now, and that, by the way, normally there's 130. 3 teams didn't play last year. So this is literally dead last.
Sure.
32%.
Yeah. That matters. It's going to matter. But let me tell you something. This is not a school that's replacing all those guys with 18-year-olds.
No, there's 28-year-olds with 2 kids and a wife.
Yeah. No, these guys have been married for 10 years.
Well, yeah.
This is what you're dealing with. These are grown-ups that are taking these places. I think they're going to be okay. They're going to be inexperienced, and it's going to cost them a game or two. But it's not going to take them from an 11-win team to a 7-win team. I just don't think that.
SP Plus and FPI both have them projected at 7-5.
Yeah, I know they do.
The win total is 6.5.
Yeah.
The over and the under are both juiced at -115. They lost their offensive coordinator last year, Jeff Grimes. He went to Baylor with your boy Aranda.
Well, they have to play Baylor.
Yes, they do. They do not have a decided quarterback starter.
No, not yet. They will, though. I mean,
on defense, 27. This is how bad they were beating teams last year. 27 different players played 100-plus snaps. So that could help the big losses.
That's right.
For sure. 7 P5 opponents this year, 4 top 40 opponents. This is going to be tough.
It's going to be tough. I think they can get to 7 wins, though.
I got them going under.
So I got them going over. I just do.
Under.
I think some of these teams are playing aren't great. They're not world beaters.
I tend to agree with that, but I do think 6-6 is where I've got them. That's where I've got them.
That's fine. That's fine. And
it's
that's
not
probably
one of my favorites.
Yeah, no. 6-6 or 7-5. I'm right there. Do I think they'll just find a way
to get to 7 wins?
To get to 7 wins to win a coin flip game? Yeah.
Yeah, I could buy that.
I
could buy that. I'm going to go the under. You're going the over. And that leads us to another person that we tend to pull for a little bit. His story is fascinating. The Liberty Flames with Coach Hugh Freeze went 10-1 last year. Yeah. The one lost by a single point on a last-second blocked field goal at NC State. Otherwise, they would have been undefeated. Malik Willis is back, and that is the hype boy this year. Everybody is he is the one that everybody's talking about.
Well, he's gonna break records scoring this year.
He looks like a video game character is what it is. I mean, he's just absurd numbers, all that good stuff. There are only 2 projected losses on the schedule this year. Their win total is at 9. To go over is -135. To go under +105. The projected record, by the way, SP Plus 9-3. FPI has them at 8-4. I don't buy the FPI. I don't think that I buy the SP Plus either. Defensive improvement. I mean, defense has improved every year under Freeze. They've got a 4-2-5 scheme that they've been running, and it's worked for him. All over the place. They got 10 starters returning on defense. Schedule backloaded. They could absolutely start 8-1, maybe 9-0.
Yep.
I mean, if I think that there's a chance that they could start 9-0, why would I ever take the under?
No, you can't.
I'm not. I'm going to take the over. I know it's juiced at minus 135, but I think this is going to be a bananas season.
Yeah, I think there's only 2 games that they're going to even come close to losing.
At Ole Miss, and then a bye before they host Louisiana, and then they've got Army at the end of the year.
I think at Ole Miss and Louisiana are the 2 trip ups, and I just think if you told me that they're guaranteed going to lose both those games, I think you're crazy. I think they're going to be in both those games.
Yes.
I think they're going to come down to the very end. And I think a lot of these other teams, they're going to just kick the crap out of.
Oh, yes.
Like, I don't think many of these games are going to be close. I've said it earlier last week in our Conference USA preview. I'm going to be betting my boy Bill Clark at UAB because I think he's going to be getting a lot of points, but I don't think they can win that game.
I don't think so either.
I don't think that defense can slow this offense down.
They play at Troy. They host Campbell to start, and then at Troy, Old Dominion, at Syracuse, at UAB.
I think they're going to roll through that schedule.
Yeah, UAB
I think they're going to
kick
the crap out of these guys.
Yes, 100%.
And then they're going to roll into Ole Miss undefeated. And I got Ole Miss winning the game. I will be there. I'll be there, and I'm ready for the scoreboard to blow up. We're going to hit 100 points.
You going to be wearing your Liberty gear?
No. I will. It will be a chilly night probably, and I will be wearing my Ole Miss powder blue hoodie.
I can get down with it. So you said over as well, huh?
I think the floor is 10, and I think the ceiling's 12.
Ooh,
I really do.
All right. Now we talked about some fun teams. Now some teams that have a little less hope than those.
There's a reason these 3 teams are without a conference. Nobody wants them.
Start off with New Mexico State. The Aggies, coached by Doug Martin. I don't believe it is a secret that this will be his last season there. This is the last year of his contract. There have been 0 talks of an extension or anything like that.
Nor should there be.
However, they do not want to pay the money to have to buy him out, and I don't blame them. So just let it continue to ride on. They went 1-1 in the spring. They lost to Tarleton State, and they beat Dixie State.
Yep.
And the Tarleton State loss was not even close.
Nope.
Lost by like 3+ touchdowns. It was kind of ridiculous. Mostly new roster. Few signs of hope. Martin's contract, like I said, expires. There's pretty much 0 reason for optimism. They are not projected to stay within even a touchdown of anybody, and that includes UMass and UTEP, who they host both of those. That's not good.
No. Really
they
bad.
play Hawaii twice. They are expected to lose to them by more than 3 touchdowns in both of those games. They're expected to lose at San Diego State by over 30 points.
Yeah, that's a lot of points. I don't know that I would cover that, but
for a San Diego State team that can't play offense.
Struggle. But here's the thing: that day they're going to play offense. Like that day they're going to play offense, Gary. They're going to figure that out.
Oh, it's just
they're bad. What's the over under?
The over under is the win total is 2.
Oh man,
minus so 115 optimistic. Juiced to both sides.
Yeah.
And I think basically that is saying, all right, they're going to get UTEP and they're going to get UMass.
I don't know that they're going to. I guess that's because both of them are at home.
I guess, but here's the issue with the UMass game. They play at Alabama and at Kentucky before that game. There may not be any players left.
Yeah.
I'm going to go under the 2.
Yeah, I would too.
Like I
don't think it's close.
The projected records, by the way, FPI has them winning 1 game. SP Plus has them winning 2. In no universe do they have them winning 3 games at all.
Well, because every other game they'll be a 20-point dog.
Yes.
And we've seen 20-point dogs win outright, not New Mexico State.
Nope. You are correct about that.
Let's move on. UConn
Huskies. Randy Edsall, my friend, did not play last year. Returning production numbers do not matter.
Because nobody played.
Because they did not play. Is what it is. So in 2019, they went 2-10. That was their first year as, or was that their first year as an independent? Or were they still in the AAC at that point?
2019?
2019. I cannot remember.
They were independent.
Okay.
It was 2018 was their last year.
Okay, that makes sense. SP Plus has them projected as the number 127 team in the country. There's only 130. That should give you a little bit of an idea. UConn is projected by SP Plus to go 3-9 this year. FPI has them going 2-10, and the win total, of course, sits right in between at 2.5. The over is -105. The under is -125. They bring back the core of that 2019 team that got a magical 2 wins. Edsel appears to be kind of starting to build a culture, I guess, a little bit. Bye games make the schedule impossible. I mean, just impossible. They play at Fresno State. They play Purdue. They play at Army. They play Wyoming. They play Vanderbilt, and they're expected to lose to them by 2 touchdowns. That should tell you something. They do play Yale. Like, they play Holy Cross, and they play Yale.
And they play UMass.
So can you get to 3?
The chances of them winning all 3 of those is not impossible, but it's
I'm taking it.
Great.
I'm going over. I'm a Randy Edsel believer, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I'd probably go over as well, considering that.
Do you see their November schedule?
Well, yeah.
At Clemson, at UCF,
and at Houston.
And then Houston. I'm going over.
Well, I'm gonna
have my over covered.
But that might be the 3
by middle of October.
Yeah, that might be the 3. I mean, there's a world where they just lose to UMass and Yale.
I mean, it's entirely possible. There's a world where they beat Vanderbilt, though.
Well, that world exists as well. So
it's not likely.
We're getting to UMass here. I'm gonna go on a little. Our boys from the Yahoo College Football Podcast.
Yes,
they believe, and I agree with them, by the way, that we should dismantle both this team, UConn, and UMass, and they should combine them because they're only like 45 minutes away from each other.
What is it, New England United?
Yeah, and they should call them New England United, and they should just make one team with both of those schools, and then they would be more competitive. Now, they would be better than New Mexico State, but maybe not better than a lot of other people. So they might go from like the 127th team in the country to
like the
maybe the 115th. Maybe.
That could be.
Maybe.
That could be something.
But your expenses go way down.
That is
because
true.
now you have 2 schools funding one football program instead of 2.
And two independent football programs.
So all these checks that you're getting.
Yeah. That is one good thing about this. I mean, when you go to Clemson, you go to UCF, you go to Vanderbilt, you go to Army, Fresno State,
you're
Purdue.
getting checks, man.
Yeah, you're getting checks in.
You're getting checks. You're getting nice checks, too.
It's not bad. Not bad. Let's talk about UMass. Let's do this. Walt Bell, 0-4 last year, 1-11 his first year. Minimal proven talent.
That's right.
With the Minutemen. Last year was dire. The offense only averaged 188 yards per game. The defense allowed the opponents to run at will. Bell is not good this year. Like, winning 2 games would be a significant improvement. And I do believe that they will get there.
Okay.
Yes, 1.5 is the win total. To go over is -155. To go under is plus 125.
Did we go over on all 3 of these teams?
Nope. I went under on New Mexico State. I went over on UConn,
Okay.
and I'm going over on UMass.
Yeah, you got Rhode Island in here. You got New Mexico State here.
And you've got Maine.
And you got, I forgot.
Yeah, Rhode Island and Maine. UMass, like, don't get me wrong, I don't expect them to be world beaters or even contend with a lot of these other teams that are on here. But I do think that,
they could win some of those games, and you just need them to win 2.
Yes, that's it. I don't even have to have them beat UConn.
No.
Like, give me Rhode Island and Maine, and even New Mexico State. Like, there's options here. I think that they can get over 1.5. I think that's why the juice is at -155. So, I mean, that's what I'm doing. SP Plus has got them projected 3-9. FBI has them at 2-10. Do I think that Walt Bell is a good coach? No. But they are number 10 in the country in offensive returning production, and regardless of the defense, I think they'll be able to score.
So let me ask you just a completely different question. Who has a bigger separation point differential, Clemson against Utah or Liberty against UMass?
I'll go with Liberty.
I'd go with Liberty too.
I think Liberty will not hold
because
back.
They have a coach that gives no F's at all.
Yeah.
And he is going to just put the gas down, and he's going to go until he runs out of gas.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Or he blows the engine up. He don't care.
You're 100% right.
I did it. I was thinking they both could win by 70 if they want.
Yes.
If they want. One guy probably will. The other guy, probably just run the clock out.
Yeah.
I don't say many nice things about Dabo, but he'd probably do that.
It's sportsmanship, man. Dabo's a little more known for that than old Hugh, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
No, he's not.
All right, so you taking the over?
Yeah, I think so too, man. It's weird. I'm gonna tell you this: Maine might beat them.
Well, they could. Rhode Island's pretty good too.
But I only need them to get 2 to push.
Yeah. No, you need them to get 2 to win the bet.
Oh, it's 1.5. I thought it was 2.
Yeah.
Oh, well then, yeah. No, I just need 2. They'll get 2. They'll get 2.
I think they can get 2.
I think New Mexico State's that bad.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think
there's a world where they don't win any of them. Let's get out of here.
What a magical night covering the FBS Independents. You better believe it. All right. Let's get out of here. Go to sbrpicks.com/NCAAF. Like the video. Jump into the comments. Tell us what we got right, what we got wrong. Notre Dame fans, you want to bash on me for thinking you're going under 9 wins? That's fine. Bring it on. You can hit me up in the comments section. You can hit me up on Twitter. I'm at Gary WCE.
I'm at Crispy Giannini.
Now, you got to be nice to him because he loves the Fighting Irish. He's all over.
You have to be nice. I would appreciate it, and I do say nice things about him.
This is very true.
I am the defender.
This is true. Now, don't get me wrong. I defend Brian Kelly a lot. I like Brian Kelly.
I stand at the gate.
I want Brian Kelly to replace Nick Saban but you don't. You ain't for that.
That won't happen. So. I won't stand for it. I won't allow it.
No, I can
I'll stand
understand
at that border too.
All right. So again, link in the description. Subscribe to the channel, of course, and again, like the video. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. For sportsbookreview.com, I'm Gary.
I'm Chris.
And we will see you again next time.